G'day guys, welcome to Pushing P. Today we have someone with us in studio. This is someone we see as a thought leader, and he's basically going to give us insight on sports, how it influences him, and his thoughts on youth development. Please give a warm welcome to Mpho Mpisi.
Thank you guys for having me. I'm really honored that you guys even consider me a thought leader, but thank you very much.
Okay, welcome, Mpho. The first question, are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm fresh.
Comfortable.
The freshest. Woosa.
Okay, good. So, Mpho, please tell us about yourself and your sports career.
Well, I'm Mpho, obviously. So basically, just to cut it short and simple, I grew up in the East Rand, but I was raised in the south of Johannesburg. You feel me?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, growing up, I've always been exposed to sports. I had siblings who played sports as well, so it just came to me automatically. Most of my friends were in sports as well. So yeah, so my chosen sports, like I used to play like a lot of sports growing up. It was soccer, touch rugby, athletics, even cricket at some points. But my chosen one was soccer. Soccer just had that thing to, it called me. And because like I had a favorite soccer player, Didier Drogba was a massive soccer player. So I was just like, you know what, one day, God willing, this is where I want to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, as you've mentioned, your soccer was the chosen sport for you, right? How far did you go with soccer?
I played provincially. I played in the Easterns League, so it's like it's like a youth league under SAFA. So I played there. So like the closest I got was like getting scouted by PSL teams and everything. Yeah, so I was on the way very too.
You were almost there.
I was almost there. Yeah.
Okay.
So I had like I would say I had a really proper amateur soccer career because I played in school as well. So the amateur career was, opening much bigger doors.
What position were you playing?
I played multiple positions. I played left back, right back, defensive mid, which is like this centers. Yeah.
So the playmaker, basically.
Yeah, and because obviously I could use I'm skilled at both feet.
Ooh, child.
So anyway, wherever you needed me, was on Tola.
Okay.
Times a striker. Yeah.
Which one did you enjoy the most?
I would say central midfield because you get to dictate the game. The game runs through you. Yeah, but the defending, I would say, defending is just that you're running back, tracking back was a lot of work, but I was good at it as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you doing now and why are you doing it?
Right now, I'm finishing off my third qualification, my bachelor's in management of sports and leisure. Because previously I did my diploma in sports recreation management. Then before that, I did my high certificate in sports recreation and fitness management. So sports, and you can just see it was a calling. It was a calling. Yeah.
That's why you're doing this.
That's why I think, because like, if you don't mind me saying, like soccer was like, like the end goal. So when my career came to an end because of injuries, in matric, I was like, no, there's no way that I can just leave sports. So if I can't be like on the field, I'd rather be behind the scenes in a much bigger, platform and have a much more better impact.
Okay.
So what I'm getting from your career in sports, is it safe to say that you are a product of youth development? Because you mentioned how you almost got scouted by the PSL and all of that. So it's safe to say you are, or you were almost a product of, but basically you are a product of youth development because kind of pushed you into being behind the scenes also?
Yeah, no, I would definitely, because initially, if you can look at it from those points of view, we all play sports because we love to, not as if because we have, it's a must. We do something because we love to. So
True.
the club that I played for just offered me the platform, like after school, to play the sports that I love. And by playing the sports that I love, obviously you want to be good in it, you want to achieve, and that in its own right opens much bigger doors that you didn't anticipate would be opened. So by just playing recreationally, it led to a much bigger thing. So yeah, the development part of it is like the biggest, aspect of everything, because since we're talking about youth development, clubs like this offer us the platform, the space to develop, and create like an active nation through sports.
Okay, so going into youth development and the importance of it, not so long ago you were part of a youth development program, the Engen Knockout Tournament. What was your involvement in the tournament? So basically, what were you doing there?
At the tournament, what I was basically doing is just like assisting teams with their registrations, with their fixtures, and just ensuring that teams received everything that they needed. And just like all in all, just like helping in any shape or form. Away from my original position, I'd help in other aspects as well, whatever was needed at the time.
Like your admin and stuff.
Yeah, admin. So if I was done with my duties, which was like basically be like a runner for the team, I would just like help with admin and whatever logistics were needed at the time.
Okay. And what was the reason behind you choosing to volunteer for the Engen Knockout Tournament?
The reason, first of all, it's soccer, and another.
It was going to be mine.
Yeah,
No, and because like due to COVID, man, it had been a long time since we'd actually been around people and watched a proper soccer event, So just to get to experience that whole vibe, that energy. Nothing beats that energy, because that energy it's infectious, and especially when you're surrounded by people who have the same interest as you, so it just becomes better. Exactly.
Okay, and how were you exposed to the Engen Knockout Tournament? Like, how did you find out about it?
One of my mates is a part of the organizing committee of the Engen Knockout Championships.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, from my understanding, the Engen Knockout Tournament is basically like it's like the semi-finals, because there's also like a second tournament they call the Engen Champ of Champs.
Yeah.
So based off that information, it's safe to say that you were pretty involved in that event and you know quite a lot about it.
Yeah,
so my question is to you, what are your thoughts on the whole initiative? And do you think...
I think it's a proper initiative, because it gives young teenage boys and girls the platform to showcase their skills, for them to be recognized for their skills, to get potential scouting from this tournament, because this tournament is huge on all social media platforms, nationally as well. So it provides a proper platform for them to be seen, appreciated and recognized for what they're doing.
And then, what did you learn from the tournament, and do you think it served its purpose? And based on your previous answer, I'm pretty sure you're leaning to the answer that it actually did serve its purpose. But in terms of what you learned from it, like, did you gain something professionally, personally, or did you gain both?
I would say both. Professionally, I would say what I gain from it is that, persistence.
Yeah.
Putting such an event is very hard, and given the time that we're in, COVID times, getting people to reinvest into sports and tournaments is really hard. So for the relevant parties, for them to really come together and now put this showcase together, for me, it shows that sport really has a massive impact, and it has an audience, and they fed the audience through it. And personally, what I gain from it is that it's just a sense of happiness.
Yeah.
A sense of happiness in regard to going back to one of my previous answers, getting to witness the sport that I love being played, and seeing the opportunities that it creates for our youth. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm a Paris fan. I'm a Pirates fan.
We both are, by the way.
Pirates fans.
Yes. Right.
Pirates fans.
So my question for you is, before I ask you, which is your favorite South African team? Do you watch
Kosi.
Kosi. I guess you know the answer. So you do watch South African football, right?
Yeah, but as of late, I won't even lie to you. The state of our football hasn't been the greatest in recent years. Not even as of late, in recent years. Hasn't been the best at it. There's no competition really, and I say that because of you see how prime example is Sundowns keeps winning.
Yeah.
And
I feel like they're just playing alone, honestly.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
You
They're
see,
just playing alone.
they
They're
just
in their own world.
they're playing alone. And it just shows their skill is much more developed than the rest of the league.
Yeah.
Because if you can look at the English Premier League, it's 6 teams that are competing. There's proper competition.
Yeah.
Here we already know that Chiefs top 4 sharp,
Yeah.
Pirates top 4 sharp, Sundowns for sure every season. If it doesn't win the league, it's number 2.
Yeah.
So it's kind of sad because it's there's no sense of hunger.
And also,
in our league.
sorry to interrupt you, but and also it's always the same teams competing for the title.
And
Exactly.
going on into that point, you'll watch South African PSL, and literally the teams, you're watching a game for 90 minutes and the scores are 1-1, 2-1.
Scoring.
There's no goals, but you go to outside European league, it's with that same 90 minutes, they can get 7 goals. It can
be a draw, but
you know,
it's 4-4.
exactly.
You see what I mean?
So I get that point on the hunger. And just another question: do you watch South African soccer based on who's playing? Your favorite team. So if your favorite team is not playing, are you not going to keep up with it, or are you intact with your watching, or you only watch it when your Kosis are playing? Yeah.
I'll be honest. For the most part of my life, it was when Chiefs was playing, or Pirates, or the big teams. But as of late, when I do watch for for the league as an entirety, and I watch even though the games may not be as entertaining, but so I can gain a different perspective. So when I do speak about the league, I don't just speak from or when I comment or have my personal views. I don't just comment based off, personal points, but comment on a, how do I put this? Yeah, comment based on facts. So when I do engage, it's not I'm saying that Chiefs this, Chiefs that. No.
You're not biased.
I'm saying, okay, Chiefs did this, but also Pirates did this as well. Golden Arrows did this. So you're not looking from an objective point of view.
Okay, so we've mentioned that Sundowns, it's almost as if they're competing alone. I know it's a one-man show. And you also touched on the quality of our South African football.
Yes.
So now my question for you is, how do you think it can be improved
Yes.
for us to watch it as much as we watch the EPL?
Even like away from the point of like watching it.
Yeah.
We need proper investment into our soccer and these youth development programs and these youth clubs, really, because we're not really performing at a level that we used to perform. Because if you can look back 15, almost 20 years back, when South Africa, like whether it's the league or nationally, when we used to perform, you're like, Bafana's playing, even though we weren't like the top tier team.
But you could see the drive and hunger.
We can't even qualify for AFCON. I see the World Cup.
We can't even win friendly games,
exactly.
guys.
So what does that tell you about our
foundation,
development, our foundation? It's lacking.
Yeah.
Like we need to invest in it, and we need to get top management. Safa is, this is a personal point, but Safa, man, they just need to get new and fresh ideas. They need to involve the youth and put the youth in managerial and influential positions, because we can't keep having the same Safa structure that we had from 1994. These guys, obviously, they have a way of running things, and so for them, if the formula works, stick to it. There's no need, but their formula, personally, it's outdated. We need like fresh ideas. We need like people who have actually like played the sport to be in these positions and have
you have old people holding on to positions there.
Exactly. So it seems like now it's government now.
Yeah, no change.
It's a political thing. There's no change.
Yeah.
Okay. How has sports influenced you in your life?
Personally, in a big way. First of all, sports helped me with my speech impeachment growing up. Growing up, I used to stutter. Yeah, I used to stutter like heavily. Like even now, like as I grow older, it's not there, but as I get angry or if I'm upset, it comes out. But because of like sports, I was able like to control it, because sport forces you to communicate. You're grounding, you're with people, you have teammates, you have to communicate what needs to happen. So I'll always thank, like, especially like soccer, man, for helping me with what I thought, because obviously as a child, man, you don't want stuttering, you'd get made fun of. So like that decreases your self-esteem, confidence. It becomes like at a low. So like from the moment I started playing soccer, grade 1. When was grade 1? 2006. 2006. That was a long time ago. It was a long time ago.
So soccer was like your pick me up.
Yeah. So it gave me the confidence. Like even away from like sport, like personally, I'm able like to engage with people at a confident level. I don't have to like think, they're gonna make fun of me. I don't have to overthink what I'm gonna say. I don't have to like question myself, you know what I mean? So it just gave me that confidence to be basically the person that I am today, because I doubt if I didn't, or if I didn't like venture or turn to sports or play sports, I don't think I'd be where I am today. God willing, I wouldn't be here, but through the grace, obviously, I'm here. And sports has done a lot for me.
Okay. So just before we let you go, I just have one last question for you.
Shoot.
So obviously, you're getting like I don't know if I should say had or have the best of both worlds, because you played and now you are venturing into like your behind the scenes, right?
Yeah.
And so you've obviously been through a lot, as you mentioned, with your bullying, and you're like pretty much informed about the sports industry. If you had to give like a young person advice that wants to be in the industry, what would you tell them, whether it's behind the scenes or on the field?
perseverance and persistence.
Okay.
Because
The 2 P's.
Pushing P.
Perseverance and persistence. Because I feel as if without those qualities, man, if you don't push through anything or don't try to get through anything, you're going to be stagnant and you'll never gain or realize your full potential. So I'll just say, perseverance and persistence. Just keep going through what you're going through, because at the end, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. True. The tunnel might be
long and dark.
But you can see at the end, calm. You know what I mean? There's that light, that glimpse of light, and you'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
So just, having faith in yourself, persevering through whatever you need to persevere through, and persistent. One thing, there's always doors that are gonna open for you.
Yeah.
Right? Best believe. If you're working consistently, the universe is gonna open doors for you. When one closes, best believe 10 more open.
Yeah.
Amen.
Preach.
Pastor Mpho in the house.
Yes. Okay, guys. So there you have it. This is Pushing P. Thank you to our wonderful thought leader.
Thank you guys for having me. Thank you.
Yes, and from me and Simpiwe, we'd like to say
we out.
yes.